reaching our world for 35 years.
And now, Behind the Scenes International Report with TBN founder and president Paul Crouch. Join us for Paul's Around the World Daily Report to you, our partners.
I will bless the Lord at all times, and his praise shall continually be in my mouth. I'm Paul Crouch Jr., filling in for the founder-president, and we have a very special behind-the-scenes program for you today, especially if you speak Spanish. You know, for 20 years, TBN has been running a ministry to the largest minority group in the United States. Now, many of you may have think that would have been African Americans, but in reality, it's our Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters that are the #1 minority here in the United States. And it's a very important group that needs the Lord just like anybody else. And joining me right now is Jonas Gonzalez Jr. How are you, my friend?
Hi, Paul. How are you?
Good to see you again.
Yes.
I was actually with you, a little over a year ago down in Costa Rica. That's where your headquarters is for Enlace. But for those of who maybe don't know or just tuned in to Behind the Scenes or are new to TBN, what is an Enlace?
Enlace means to link, and what has happened, my father and your father 20-something years ago started dreaming about Latin America and how to link the different countries into a network, and that's how Enlace was birthed back in 1988.
Right.
Started with a small 10-watt transmitter that your father gave my father at that time, TBN, so we could save the license because we were about to lose that license for Channel 23 in San Jose, Costa Rica. So my father took that transmitter down to Costa Rica, and back in the 9th of September of '88, that's when that small transmitter went on the air.
Wow, and that was really the birth of Enlace.
From there on, it just started growing. We received, I remember your father and my father coming to Nicaragua just after the Sandinistas had left power, and they got approved for a license in Nicaragua. Then Honduras came, then El Salvador, TBN was working in El Salvador, Bolivia, and that's how it just started growing from there. This is, I think, in Spain, I think.
Yeah, there was a picture of your dad and my dad. Now, your father's been promoted to glory.
Yes.
Mine is still with us, obviously. But now, Enlace is obviously growing through Central, South America, but it's also growing here in the United States. I know we're backhauling the signal here to the United States, and you can watch TBN Enlace all over the United States, too, because we have a huge Spanish-speaking population here.
Well, the blessing with all the change on technology, from going from analog TV now to digital TV, is that you can multicast and put different channels on the same channel, however you say it.
Same spectrum.
Same spectrum. So that was a blessing for us Hispanics, because everywhere TBN has a full power station, now on Channel 4 of those channels, Hispanics can watch and TBN Enlace USA, and they're excited. I mean, it has really they're excited. It revolutionized our people here.
Well, it has, and if you watch, you kind of have to go back a little bit. A lot of people don't realize you can watch TV over the air free. You know, everybody thinks TV comes in on cable, but if you watch TBN digitally over the air, you get 5 channels, and you get TBN Church Channel, JCTV, Smile of a Child, and Enlace, which is our Spanish-speaking channel. But, you know, I was just with you down at your beautiful production facility in Costa Rica. That is your headquarters, correct?
That's the headquarters, yes.
It's where your studios are, master control. What else is down there? You guys are going insane and building everywhere.
Well, once we went back in 1996 on satellite with this project, it opened the door for cable companies. And that's when the explosion really took place, because many cable companies right now, we're over 5,000 cable companies in Latin America that carry the signal.
Wow.
Just from my last time here with you in September, we had to purchase 750, if you remember, receivers, so we could send them to different countries that they want to air our signal. That we have to provide them. They'll do it for free, but we have to provide them the receivers. So we ordered 750.
Wow.
They manufactured them. We sent them in January, and just in the last weeks, we have finished installing those 750. This means that 750 new cable companies carry now our signal. We still have a backlog of about 400-something that we were not able to get them all done, but it's amazing how it has been running. So this cable operation has really helped the gospel go out. So there's a big facility over there in San Jose, Costa Rica. We have close to 100 people that are working in San Jose, and it's master control, 2 studios. It's the 2 channels, the traditional TBN Enlace and TBN Enlace Juvenil, the youth channel.
Youth channel.
Because Latin America, it's a young continent. Yes.
That's right. Well, and as you support TBN, TBN has birthed and spun off many, many other networks, and we are doing everything we can to fulfill the Great Commission, go into all the world and preach the gospel. And many times we have to do that in their native tongue, and we have to do Spanish programming in that language. It's such a critical language, and one that is spoken literally around the world. But let's go right now, and I'll give you a little glimpse into TBN Enlace and everything going on down in Costa Rica. Take a look. I have not been down to this studio in over 10 years, and I am just absolutely blown away at the quality and what you guys are doing down here.
Well, it's really nice to have you again, and it's an exciting time we're living in Latin America. I remember when your father and my father started dreaming about this possibility back in 1988, and then all the things that we have seen throughout these years. It's really an exciting time we're living in Latin America.
Well, we are kind of part of a second generation. As you know, your father's already gone to glory and is kind of taking his reward now. My father is certainly, you know, still involved with TBN, but kind of slowing down a little bit. But I'm telling you, we have taken a tour today of this wonderful facility here in San Jose, and you are taking it literally, going to all the world, and that means all of the Spanish-speaking world, and you guys are doing it.
Well, it's really this partnership, this relationship that started has been blessed from day one. And when those 2 dreamers came together and they started dreaming about our Hispanic people, we are so thankful to your father, to Brother Paul, to Jan, for all the effort and for them dreaming with our people. You know, we just got together and prayed together, and all the TBN partners that have really made TBN partners in the States and TBN partners here in Latin America, that they have really made this miracle possible.
Well, you know what I think is so neat, and this was kind of in the heart of your father, was TBN seeded a lot of the money, the equipment, the buildings, the transmitters here in San Jose to get this going. But just like planting seed, at some point the crop is going to grow and it's got to sustain itself, and you guys are doing that. You guys have expanded. Your studio facility is second to none, and you're doing it mostly not from funds coming from the United States, but from your own people.
Hispanic people, they're givers, they love the Lord, and they have really made this possible. It's pledges of $5, $10 a month, maybe one-time gift for our telethons, and they are the ones that are believing the Lord that we can really reach our Hispanic people, wherever they are in the world. From this place that we dreamed many years ago, that from this place we could uplink a satellite signal in Spanish with the message of Jesus Christ. Well, it's been done from here now, from Costa Rica, reaching to 5 satellites, 2 for Europe in Spanish, 24 hours, 2 for United States in Spanish, and 1 that covers from Canada down to Argentina and the Caribbean, all 5 satellites being reached from this place.
Yeah. It's an amazing thing, and continues to grow.
Definitely. Again, there's a backlog of 500-something cable companies that want our signal. And the exciting thing is also what's happening here in the United States.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, I've been meeting with pastors since last September. just speaking to pastors in Dallas, in Houston, in Harlingen, in Florida, here in California, just going all over the place, letting people know that now they can watch 24 hours a day, TBN Enlace USA, in these different places where TBN has a full power station. So, so people are, just by word of mouth, they're letting others know. And the other interesting thing is that now cable companies are starting to learn about our signal, and it's like easier because now they can see it, they know it's there. So it's growing on both on cable and on off the air. So we had a meeting just a couple or 3 days ago in Las Vegas, where we met with 40-something pastors over there in Las Vegas, and they were very excited about this signal.
Yeah, in fact, you can see the footprint right now. The blue area is what we call a footprint, and you can see literally via that graphic the areas where your satellite, you know, hits. I mean, obviously you cover North America, South America, parts of Europe and Asia, but like you said, a lot of times all the cable system needs is the little catcher dish to be able to pull the signal in to get 24-hour-a-day Spanish-speaking programming. What kind of programming is on Enlace?
We have for kids, we have for youth, we have all kinds of programming. There's facilities that we produce programs out of Mexico. There's 2 studios in Mexico where we produce from. We have studios in Guatemala, in Honduras. There's studios in Costa Rica, and in South America there's also Bolivia, Venezuela. We have studios. So we produce in different countries, so it has an international flavor. It's not only from one country, but there's strong ministers from different countries, so that's what makes really exciting the programming.
Well, and it is getting better and better all the time. You know, again, you used to kind of have to take what you could get, you know, as far as Spanish-speaking programming, but I'm seeing some unbelievably well-produced, well-thought-out. Who's the young man in Guatemala that looks like Joel Osteen? What's his name?
Hermano Cash Luna. Cash Luna, yeah. He's a young man. He's really growing. He has a church, and he does a tremendous program. He goes out to crusades, campaigns, and he'll have 50, 60, 70, 80,000 people, you know, in those crusades. The Lord really uses him also in the healing ministry. So he's having crusades throughout Latin America, and with the TBN Enlace, you know, he doesn't have to promote that much. Just to say, well, I'm going to be in such and such place, and the place is packed.
Well, for more information, and if you want more information, or if you have Spanish-speaking friends or family members, or you want to know about Enlace and what's going on, just go to enlace.org. I called it up on my computer here. What's on this homepage here?
Well, we have our programming. People can check the different programs. And then if somebody wants to go check out where they could watch in some place in Latin America, they can just punch the country, and then it'll tell them, you know, different cities.
I think I found that. Is that here?
Yeah, right there. So then there you have the different countries. So you can access
now the United States was
Estados Unidos. Yeah,
I was looking for that. And then pick you can pick a state.
Yes.
From there, we can pick. Let's just pick Colorado, and then
it tells you right there where in Colorado you can watch and how, you know, through what cable company or what kind of service is available, if it's available in different areas in the United States.
Okay, so it's a way to look it up. And why do we need to do this? What was in the heart of your dad when he had the vision for Enlace?
It's the same as your father. It was just souls. There's so many people that need to hear and listen to the message, the good news of Jesus Christ. And they're watching. I mean, once there's a need, a situation in their life, and there's so many people that lives have been transformed now going to churches. It was, it's interesting, in our last telethon last February, where you would think that we're talking about finances and the promises in the Bible on when you give and all this, but we had 4,200, I think, people in that telethon time that gave their life to Jesus Christ. 4,000 something new souls. So this is the only reason why I'm sure our parents started doing this. We don't want to reach the people that are already in church. They're already saved. They're already going to heaven. We need to take this message to people that are lacking. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. Well, like I said, when you support TBN, it actually just births other networks and continues to grow in many, many ways. And that's part of the Great Commission, go into all the world and preach the gospel. Let's go right now. I've got a special little spot that'll give you more information on this very critical ministry at a very critical time. Take a look.
TBN is reaching the world through the Spanish language networks Enlace and Enlace Juvenil. 24 hours a day, the gospel is broadcast in Spanish to hundreds of television stations and cable systems in Spain, Central and South America, and the United States.
Over 100 million people are ministered to right out of this facility here in Costa Rica.
Enlace features a variety of programming, all reaching one of the fastest growing population groups on earth. Enlace and Enlace Juvenil, just part of TBN's ministry around the world.
It truly is. But Jonas, just, take a couple minutes and just talk to those that maybe, in your native tongue, in Spanish. Tell them about Enlace and just share the Lord with them a little bit.
Pues a todos los que nos están viendo aquí en los Estados Unidos, qué emocionante el poder llegar hacia todos ustedes, donde quiera que te encuentres. El proyecto de TBN Enlace USA está bendiciendo a esta nación. Ahora con el cambio digital podemos llegar a tantos lugares, tantas personas que por tiempo habían orado para que la palabra del Señor pudiera llegar hasta tu ciudad, a tu casa. Pues hoy es una realidad. Hoy TBN Enlace USA está transmitiendo en muchos lugares 24 horas del día. Estamos a través de compañías de cable, estamos a través de sistemas nuevos de tecnología y la televisión digital también. Queremos que en este tiempo tú le cuentes a otras personas. Puedes tener amigos, puedes tener familiares en otras partes de los Estados Unidos y este es el momento, es la oportunidad que tenemos como pueblo hispano. Queremos que ores por nosotros, queremos que intercedas en tus oraciones siempre con respecto a este ministerio para que juntos como latinos, como pueblo de Dios aquí en esta nación, tenemos una responsabilidad con nuestra propia gente. Así es que únete a nosotros, sé parte de este milagro que se llama TBN Enlace USA. Involúcrate porque juntos vamos a alcanzar a todo el pueblo hispano aquí en esta nación. Thank you, Brother Paul. Thank you.
That was good. I got a couple words out of that, but not very many. My Spanish from junior high fails me tremendously, but I picked a couple words out.
Okay.
But we all have issues. Every culture, everybody in the world has problems and things that that they struggle with. What do the Spanish people struggle with, or what do you see as you minister to them over the air?
Same problem, but maybe alcohol, drugs, corruption in our countries are really things that have really affected our people, and this is where we have really made a difference. I know there's after TBN Enlace USA came, the lives of many people are being changed, but many families are now together because drugs have left and they're now coming to church and serving the Lord. But poverty is something big, and also when we bring Jesus Christ and His message and the good news, they start working and prospering. So poverty has really affected Latin America a lot.
Yeah, big time. Well, I know, like I said, we have Enlace USA that airs here in the United States, but you guys are literally blanketing Central and South America through satellite, through over-the-air terrestrial stations. But let's go right now. Again, I've got another little roll-in that'll give you more information about Enlace in Central and South America more specifically.
TBN is reaching the world through an extensive and powerful ministry in Central and South America. The Spanish language networks Enlace and Enlace Juvenil go from headquarters in San Jose, Costa Rica, all over the Spanish-speaking world.
Well, it's really this partnership, this relationship that started has been blessed from day one.
Enlace is broadcast over the air by stations in Costa Rica, Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Panama, Colombia, Bolivia, Ecuador, and Peru, as well as satellite and cable systems throughout Latin America. Central and South America, just part of TBN's ministry around the world.
Well, I want to encourage you and just pray that you keep up everything that you're doing. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you or, again, find out about Enlace? Is it through the website?
Through the website. Definitely you can contact us, and then we'll be in touch with you. Please, all the audience they're watching, please pray for what's going on. It's really exciting, the time that we're living in. And I would like to thank every person that has pledged during the telethon. You love the Lord, you give for His works, and I just bring a testimony from Latin America that all those seeds have really blessed so many people.
That's right.
So many thousands and thousands and thousands of people in Latin America. We're continuing to grow, and it's just exciting to see how many people are coming to the Lord.
It is, and you're seeing people's lives change daily. You know, kind of a hot topic here in the United States can be the issue of illegal immigration and this and that. What are your thoughts on that? How do you deal with that? That, you know, the people that come here, you know, legally versus illegally, and that the border between Mexico and America, that's a very sensitive subject for a lot of people.
Definitely. I was in Washington. We went for January the 1st. We went there because we wanted to have a time of prayer right there near the Lincoln Memorial and all that. And it was very interesting to have a Hispanic pastor that came illegally to this country, and he was asking for forgiveness from the American people. He said, "Please forgive me, forgive us. We have come here illegally." And it was very interesting also to have this Anglo pastor saying, "And please forgive us because we have not treated you right. We have not paid the correct wages." So yes, our Hispanic people have done wrong. Coming illegally, yes. Us as Americans, we have. I have dual citizenship, so
sure, you see it from both sides of the border.
Yeah, and yes, also we as Americans have done it wrong, not paying the people right.
Right.
My concern is now families are being separated, and that really breaks my heart. I hope the Lord brings a clear way and a healthy way of doing this, having them stay, the ones that have to stay, but let's pray so the people in authority, they'll have wisdom to decide.
The bottom line is love. Love conquers all, and we've got to love these people, and I agree with you. You know, the Spanish illegals take jobs that nobody would take here in America, and you know, but it's such a hot political topic that, you know, the tax issues and schooling issues and other things that people get so up in arms about. But I know as a Christian network, the bottom line is they need the Lord just like you need the Lord, just like I need the Lord. And, you know, when we're all in heaven, a lot of these squabbles are going to be meaningless anyway. You know, borders, there are no borders in heaven.
That's right.
And we're all just individuals that need the Lord. But tell me about just some of the lives. We've only got a couple minutes left, but just some of the lives that you've seen touched and changed through your ministry and through Enlace.
There's so many testimonies. It's real interesting how from our telethons, how people give. I received today a few testimonies of people that during telethon they came across a message, and maybe they had, there was one lady saying I had breast cancer, and so I was listening to the telethon, and I wanted to help. I don't know much about religion or this or that.
Right.
She said, but I wanted to help. I know that what you're doing is good. So she sends a pledge, and she says, could you please pray for me, you know?
Sure.
She said, after that, I went to the doctor, and I'm healed of breast cancer. And there's so many testimonies of people that, I read another one that in an August telethon, we have 4 telethons a year. It's February, May, August, and November. And she said, you were talking, and that the Lord could help us find a place and have a house. Some pastor was doing it. He said, November 26th, she called during telethon. She said, I'm moving to my new house. That the government gave a project for different people, and they chose me, and they gave me a house.
That's cool. Well, lives are being touched through you. And again, just address our TBN audience. What would you just like to say to them before we go?
Again, just thank you to all the people that help support this ministry. We've seen a tremendous growth in the last 21 years, and this is just starting. This is just starting. There's so much that we have to do, so many cable companies, so many people we need to reach. That's right. And it won't happen if we all don't get together and we do our part, do our part. So one day we're going to get to heaven. There's going to be millions, literally millions of people that are there because of our effort, your effort right now.
Well, and your dad's vision lives on through you. You're looking at really second-generation Christian broadcasters. Like I said, we have the privilege. My dad's still with us. Yours has been promoted. But the bottom line is souls. And I can tell you from Honus, from myself, that that goal and that dream will never die, that we are going to push harder and harder using new technologies, new techniques, everything we can do to reach the lost, we are going to do. And I want to thank you for your time.
Paul.
Thank you for coming. Bless you. Thank you for joining me again for a very special behind-the-scenes program. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you learned a little bit about one of TBN's very critical ministries. We're going out with a very special roll-in from the Holy Land Experience in Orlando, Florida. If you've not been, you really should check it out. And I want to show you something very special.
Experience love. Experience peace. Experience joy. Experience Jesus at TBN's Holy Land Experience. The Holy Land Experience in Orlando, Florida is an incredible place where you can go back in time and not just see, but experience life in biblical times. Enter through the gates and you're transported to a Jerusalem marketplace with all its unique sights and sounds. Ahead is the Temple Plaza with its gleaming 6-story replica of Herod's Great Temple. And around the corner is Jerusalem AD 66, the world's largest indoor model of Jerusalem. What was life like for Moses and the children of Israel? Experience the Wilderness Tabernacle through an amazing live presentation. Experience the journey of the written word from ancient days to the present in the stunning scriptorium.
I have made the first translation of the complete Latin Bible into English,
with its priceless collection of manuscripts and scrolls. But most of all, experience life with Jesus through a series of powerful reenactments. His teaching,
be broken and spilled up for my people.
His love, His healing, His suffering, His death, and resurrection. You will even have the opportunity to experience Holy Communion in a unique setting reminiscent of the Last Supper. The Holy Land Experience is filled with many other attractions. Throughout the park, you'll experience inspiring gardens, including the new Church of All Nations Prayer Garden and the Garden of Eden. Unique shops, fascinating demonstrations, and always beautiful music, as well as the incredible crystal living waters. Plus, our youngest visitors can experience the smile of a child Adventureland. What have others said about their experience?
phenomenal. I liked it a lot.
Fantastic. It's a great family trip.
It's everything that I really needed to hear right now.
It is so much fun.
It's definitely a life-changing experience.
They replay the roles just so beautifully.
It was awesome.
Every time I come, I learn something new.
Come to Holy Land Experience. You will not be disappointed.
Experience love. Experience peace. Experience joy. Experience Jesus at TBN's Holy Land Experience in Orlando, Florida.
What